Back at it, another day, another dollar. This is what I've been looking grinding this. Outdoor boys. I want to go to Alaska again, but this time do it the right way. You know, spend it in the wild, do some crazy stuff. You know, that's what I'm saying. But anyways, let's get into it. Let me refresh this real quick. We got another trade recap today, and a gospel today. January 7th. All right, bet. Real quick. This is from Mark, chapter 5, 45 through 52. After the 5,000 had eaten and were satisfied, Jesus had met his disciples. Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and proceed him to the other side towards Bethsaida. God help me pronunciate these words correctly. While he dismissed the crowd, and when he had taken leave of them, he went off to the mountain to pray. When it was evening, the boat was far out on the sea, and he was alone on shore. Then he saw that they were tossed about while rowing, for the wind was against them. About fourth watch of the night he came toward them, walking on the sea. He was meant to pass by them. But when they saw him walking on the sea, they thought it was a ghost and cried out. They all had seen him and were terrified, but at once he spoke to them. Take courage, it is I. Do not be afraid. What is one of the most common phrases as repeated in the Bible is do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. I love that's in there. He got into the boat with them and the wind died down. They were completely astounded. They had not understood the incident of the loaves. On the contrary, their hearts were hardened. On that last part, it kind of confuses me. Their hearts were hardened. I'll kind of have to explain that. So Jewy too, you have to explain that to me. But I think this is when Jesus walked on the water out to the boat on the sea. This is a classic scene from The Chosen. I think it was Peter who walked out. Peter walked out. I don't know why. This is them making it, but like, you know, Matthew 14, Matthew 6. Okay, well, maybe it's the same area. But that's what it reminds me of, and I think that's what it's about. Anyways, yeah, that was a good one. You know, great one. Let's get into today's recaps. It's gonna be an interesting recap day. I feel like it's the same thing as yesterday. You know, we go to yesterday. I feel like it's the same thing, man. It's the same. It's literally the same shit. Same thing, bro. Let's go to today. Same thing, different day, man. I would be a little vulgar with my verbiage, but I would refrain from that. So here's our 9:30 open. We have our sell side right here, sell side right here. I was expecting us to take off some sell side and then move higher. As you can tell, we literally just rallied up off rip. This rally off rip was okay, you know, fine. Let it rip. I'll just be without it. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, there's no entry in here for me. And if you take something in here, you're forcing. I don't even care if you made money or lost money in this trade. That you're forcing it. There's no sell side getting taken. You know, we tapped into maybe Monday first presented for value gap from a couple of days ago, or from like a week ago. But I mean, like, you know, you're basically longing. So, you know, no, that was the other day. Yeah, you're basically longing with the hopes that we get above this market structure shift high. You know, there's nothing that prevents us from going lower until we get above this high. So if I do that, it'll make more sense. So like once we get above this high, I would expect all these lows to be relatively protected, you know. But since we didn't even tap up into there, I was expecting, you know, probably a further sell side movement. In the 15-minute, even more, kind of confirms that. You know, we have a low right here. This is our high. I mean, you could even, yeah, you can count this as the high. So like if I go on this time frame, it makes more sense. What's it called? Our high, low, not a higher high, not a lower low. So we're not using this high. Once we get above this high right here, 8:30, we can expect a retracement to take out some sort of, why am I looking up there? To take out some sort of sell side, relative equal lows, order block down here, something like that before we move higher. So yeah, and then by the time price got up here, this is my market structure shift on my 1 hour time frame. So that's when I could expect a retracement in order to go higher. But yeah, let me go back to here. So literally just, yeah, like if you're longing this, it's just not going to work out for you long term, in my opinion. Much rather sit on the sideline. Then we come up, we get a basically a little sell model. So we have a high, low, higher high, market structure shift to this candle, and then we don't even fall through. We don't even continue, to go lower. And in my opinion, I was looking for longs from this area. I wanted to see us, get above this high, or maybe even. Actually, this is a great point. It's actually coming to me right now. Now that I'm realizing it. When I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive down close candles, usually that's not the way the intermediate term low gets put in. We're not gonna gold it back down, gold it back up, retrace and gold it back. Like, usually it does not happen. Usually it's something like this. I'll kind of get into that. But yeah, no, we break down. Still no trading here for me, but I'm looking for a long. I want to see something. New week opening gap, we reject, we go lower. This was, more kind of BS in my opinion. We have an order block right here, so we tapped in the order block, start to go higher. You see how we have down, up, down. This down candle right here basically presents me a model. I like how we came in this order block, we swept out this low. We got a market structure shift with this wick above this high. So now I could expect this candle to be protected. We go up, we get a market structure shift on the larger time frames. Larger time frames, I mean 5 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute. Because if you look right here, we have a high, high, low, higher high, lower low. With that lower low, what's it called? I was expecting, this down move. But then once you market structure shift back to the upside, I'm not expecting any of this to get taken out. That's just not on my repertoire. So if we go to the 3 minute, was it 3 minute or 2 minute? Yeah, I think it was the 1 minute, yeah. No, what was it, bro? Oh, it was ES. ES is what we need to get into. But anyways, once you get this market structure shift, I see, okay, we have a fair value gap on top of a new week opening gap. We're rejecting pretty nicely. Our buy side's above right here. We just had this, I guess you could say, consolidation. But, we came down, we rebalanced into this 15-minute fair value gap. We wanted, this is exactly what I wanted to see. This is what I would have seen. And we got this internal 15-minute candle as well, tapping into all the breakers, etc., whatever. And then we also had 10 a.m. candle close, come back into this breaker block. So literally, I was expecting, price to just be bullish as heck. Leave this with this order block. That's why it kind of convinced me. There's an order block right here. But yeah, we went up. Nice double fair value gap right here. So this would have been one of my entries, but I kind of entered late because I wanted to see this market structure shift on this larger time frame. So then I enter around consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, to be fair value gap, and yeah, in basically hopes of us running to that high, and then all of a sudden we get God knows what, in my opinion, God knows what, but if we go to ES, it's perfectly explainable why we got that. Perfectly explainable. You ready for this shit? It's crazy. Which, in my opinion, it still makes sense with what ES did and how it correlates to NASDAQ. However, it's really weird, right? It's really weird. Like, let's just be honest. It's pretty weird. All right. So right here we have a high, low, higher high, lower low. Market structure shift under this low. I don't care what you say, that is a market structure shift. And then I could expect price to retrace and come back down and take out liquidity before it would want to move higher in this situation. Let's say hindsight, Larger time frame on the S&P. Remember, we broke above this high right here, so that was my market structure shift. So once we got that market structure shift, I was expecting a retracement to go higher. This low is protected. This low is protected once we get this market structure shift. The same ideology that I mentioned with NASDAQ. The same one. Once we break this high, I'm not expecting price to come back down into any of these lows. I would just like to go higher. So then let's go to the 15-minute on ES. I want to get to my kind of other explanation here. Okay, so ES, we get this fair value gap right here, but I think that's besides the point. Yeah, see, it happens so fast in 1 minute that it makes all these larger time frames stupid. So yeah, we get this high that we put in, which was the market structure shift high right here. Market structure shift, we can expect retracement back down to some sell side. Okay, let's just be frank, because when we were around here, hey kitty, I have the cutest crazy critter sitting right next to me, but you can't see her. All right, so yeah, break below is low, no fair value gap in here, so no short even possible. Oh, you're so cute. Come here. Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! I have tamed a crazy critter. I have tamed. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're free. You're free, kitty. You're free. She hates me, but she loves me, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. Hey, you rubbing up on my dang Lego. You better chill out. You better chill out. You better chill. Alright. Anyways, let's get back to this damn chart. So right here is our market structure shift. We retraced already. Okay, let's just keep that in mind. We retraced already. And we went back lower. I was perfectly fine with that. As a 15-minute... Come on. I was perfectly fine with that on the 15-minute time frame. Because we already... That would mean, we... Bro, where is it? Okay. That means we took out our sell side. I'm okay with that. So everything is still good for longs. And what time is that at? You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the times real quick. I feel like it's a long video, but it's a tough ass day. Okay, yeah. So we had this major ass SMT down here. So I'm like, all right, we're gonna go up higher. Makes sense. We had the 15-minute market maker sell model completed, so then we can start to move higher. What do? We move higher. We move higher, and I'm like, all right, this is looking good. ES is about to take the highs. Nasdaq gonna take those highs, and we'll be done by what? 1040, 1050. We'll get a macro. Something will happen. Nah, death candle to the downside, and it sucks, bro. It sucked because I got filled to at a really bad place. Like, just how it is. Because I want to move my stop up here after we broke this high, but you can only do so much. You feel me? Anyways, and this is a little something interesting I want to get back to in a second. Gosh, man, today just got me pressed. Okay, and then so once I see this ES, I'm like, all right, bet we just market structure shifted back to the downside. What the heck was this low when we already completed the 15-minute sell model? So then I took a short, and I lost like $50. So it was a waste of opportunity. And then once I realized, okay, that was just manipulation, clear manipulation. I remember texting OG Young this. I was like, bro, this is just clear manipulation. Like, what the hell is going on? So then on the top step, what's it called? I'm not even gonna pull up top step, but on the top step, I just longed right around here. Low-key, there's no rules. Oh no, sorry, it was ES. There was no logic with rules behind this trade. I'm gonna be completely honest. It was just right here where I got stopped or whatever canceled. That's where I just kind of longed on top step, and I was like, this is gonna go higher because that was clear manipulation. It's ridiculous. And yeah, just a whack day. Really hard to understand price action. The larger time frame models were not in conjunction with this 1 minute time frame, especially I didn't realize how much it just doesn't make sense. We market structure shift, retracement, go lower, order block. Like, this was a recipe to go higher, man. And then we just literally dumped. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, let me get back to this real quick. Ay, ay, ay. Screw yes. This fair value gap that I was, longed in on, that the candle I longed in, right here, we should have ran higher. You know how I know? Is this right here. Ran through this motherfucker. Then, we put in a relative equal high. That's even better. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just quite literally even better. And then we get a really nice buy model to the upside. With an inverse fair value gap on top of the reclaimed fair value gap that should have taken us higher on my trade. And then we just rally. Now, let's get into the other one real quick. Okay, this is really simple. Bullish on the day. I still have risk on the table because I canceled early. I didn't put full risk on the other. Well, I did. Well, 250. 2 trades at 250 a day. That's in my ideology recently, just because price action's been so garbage. It's been hard to read. 1 hour fair value gap. Bullish on the day. I want to see us continue higher. Yeah. This time frame, 10-minute time frame, the only one that worried me, because if you look, we have a sell model. High, low, lower high, lower low. So we could expect a short-term high, short-term low. Hindsight. What the hell? So yeah, now going on 1 minute. I'm expecting what? This is 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. So after 1:30 is when I want to be trading on the PM session. Perfectly fine with that. This is the best trade of the day, right here. And then stop loving you. Right there. So we have our short-term high, short-term low. No, intermediate term low. Short-term high, short-term low. We can expect this low to be protected, run high. Oh, sorry, this low to be protected, run higher, get a fair value gap. I'm entering that. Get a candle rejection, get a doji. I wanted to see another one, and I kind of wanted to see something in here, like if we're gonna reject. But yeah, I just entered willy-nilly, right at the high of that fair value gap right here, or the low of that fair value gap, and then we started rallying, got a double fair value gap, and we literally missed my buy side target by how many points? By how many points, mister? I can count on my fingers, big. 2.25 points. Like, I ain't being greedy. I'm just saying, like, I like my targets, and when it doesn't hit my target, I'm just gonna be like, all right, that's it. So then, yeah, we ended off today down 154 account, basically at break even if I would have, took my profits from there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm out of here. And yeah, that's all I got.